been playing offline for so long, yeah, it would make
sense,
no
right?
sense to me. Yeah, it would make sense that they're offline still.
Yeah, 100%. But as you said, we don't want to say anything wrong here, so.
Yeah, I'm keeping
maybe
quiet.
they're online, maybe they're offline. I definitely have
Who knows?
the same favorites, even if it's offline though. You also thinking Elephant, or are you thinking someone else?
I actually have Phoenix going through. I know. I think it's a maybe I'm a little bit just unsure because of the inconsistencies we saw from Elephant, and honestly the inconsistencies we saw from Elephant, eHome, and RNG.
Fair enough. It's just ever since Super joined the team, we keep saying that, you know, RTK joined the team, woo, expectations, everything. Once again, now Super joined the team, so my expectations are higher again. Yep, 100%. It's not gonna be easy though. There's tough competition here.
It's EZQ taking a little bit of damage there from the burrow strike and the swashbuckle coming in, and they're gonna get first blood up top.
Yep.
That is a first blood kill for SCG.
Yep. Just get blown up so easily. So see if TB will have to go to the jungle relatively early or not, because that combo is very strong with the caustic finale, swashbuckle plus disarm. Not something TB likes.
And it's only going to get stronger. It's not something, and it's going to get stronger outscaling what TB is going to be able to get away with, right? Like the caustic's only going to get stronger, the burrow strike's only going to get longer, and if you get unlucky and, well, Pangolier gets the lucky shot off, you're going to be in trouble. Like, that's not an easy lane for TB. So yeah, I agree with you. Like, I'm waiting to see what ends up happening here to Shiro if he gets to even be in the jungle, because the way SAG play, I wouldn't be surprised if they invade quite a bit. They're going to get the burrow strike off on his EZQ, go to the ink swell, and they just need one more shot, but it gets the salve off and they won't hit him again. So they'll survive up in this top lane.
They had like 10 health.
He's throwing out some harassment himself though.
Yeah, but Zanking already having the boots and a fresh pair of tangles. Oh, they have to be so careful that they don't get caught out. He was very close to the tower, the only reason he survived there. If he gets caught out in the middle of the jungle, he will just die. And there's nothing to do about it. The Viper, completely out of resources. There's a lot of stuff coming on the courier, but one clarity is not really enough to refill that whole mana pool. Maybe he's just gonna go back to base. And he will.
Yeah. I think that's the decision you have to make, and you look at how slow he's moving, and he's already out of resources. The lane right now for Phoenix over bottom feels pretty great, and I mean, that's just the question we had in terms of, like, how is this gonna be for Phoenix in the laning phase? We didn't exactly expect it to go that well, but, well, you take a look at the CS, TB, DK, they're up towards the top. Dome, aka Guevara, he's doing all right himself over bottom.
Yep.
Keeping up with MS.
There's a problem with the Viper. Like, you are maybe going even in a lane you would otherwise lose, but is it enough to justify putting a Viper as a +5, who, as we said, coming into the mid game, is not going to be doing a whole lot? Like, if you ever walk into a Terrorblade range, you're actually just going to die in 2 seconds.
Yeah, and that's what kind of confuses me about this Viper in the 5. Maybe I've just not seen it succeed yet, but we see Vipers that fall behind and really can't do that much themselves in a core position, but now, you know, in a support role, let's see what they can do. And as I say that, Dolme is getting really ticked down here by XCJ and MS, who will claim his life. So he uses all his mana. He's got that clarity. This time he's ready to stay in lane. He's not too low on health. He'll salve his tango. He's fine. And maybe they can do that again. That's the activity you need from the Viper to really be successful. Something he didn't find with that first set of resources.
Yeah, this poison attack from the Viper, of course. The same reason why he's such a strong mid laner. Is exactly why he's such a strong +5 as well. Kanka just... He had full health too, I think. He wasn't even low HP or anything. It's taken down.
So now I wonder if Dome feels like he has to be a little bit more careful with his positioning and how he's going to play up against XCJ. Because you don't have the best help from Rubik. Like we said, this hero really doesn't feel like it does enough.
Yeah, it always feels pretty lackluster. Rubik in trouble here, maybe.
They go after Planet. They've got the X as well as the Torrent. Oh, gosh. That Tidebringer really hurting. They're trying to get XCJ. He just doesn't have the range to do so. And one more right click coming out from XCJ beforehand. But this is now the opposite side of it as well, right? It's the fact that XCJ is now out of health and mana.
Mid lane actually gets taken down. Good Dragon Tail and a Grimstroke rotation. Of course, Dragon is one of the best partners for Grimstroke. Easy Inkswell setup, and Lina, one of the squishier heroes. Good rotation. Didn't actually expect that kill to happen.
Yeah, getting 70 is a big one. That's one of the things, though, with Yi that I'm excited to see. Like, when he first came to Phoenix, I think I was really excited because it was the first team he was on in a year. He had stopped playing for Keen Gaming. They dissolved, and all of a sudden, you know, he's without a team for so long. He comes in where 70 was playing for Phoenix, and he's a guy who's got a lot of experience, and he's pretty young too. Like, this is a kid who really, when he was on Keen playing with Old Chicken and Old 11, made a name for himself with stars by his side. So, like, there's obviously something that he does right, and I'm waiting for him to kind of have that breakout performance, and this is certainly the stage where that could definitely happen. And they're gonna go bottom looking for this Viper, and XCJ's in a lot of trouble. They've got the X as well as the Torrent, and another Tidebringer to get the kill. Dome will get credit for that one, and Yi already into the Elder Dragon form, looking to pressure this bottom tier 1 and ultimately take out some of the farming area for this Spectre.
Yeah, what's Lina's counter move? Just farming jungle for now, but Sankin will be the one to ping bottom. Potentially just setting up a sandstorm, and it should be enough to defend the tower. They don't have a sentry ward or any sort of revelation down here. Spectre to ping top.
Yeah. And this all is really available to SAG to make this counter move to bring Son Goku down here because Terrorblade's in the jungle. So that top lane's free. You want to give that over to the Spectre? You want to put pressure over bottom? Fine, we'll bring the Sand King in. He can sandstorm and just clear up the creeps. It's as easy as that for SAG.
Right now, Kanka also just rotating top, doing a little old switcheroony. Terrorblade is still getting away with a lot, though. Still top of the net worth, and that's not where you want Terrorblade to be if you are SAG in this early game.
Is this a game where DK goes early Blink?
It's either Blink or BKB. They sort of have a good initiation tool with the X mark. So if you X the guy and the Dragonair with BKB runs in, that could be pretty scary. But if they just want to double down on the aggression, he's going to go Blink into BKB afterwards. I will have to see what kind of route they want to go.
Yeah, because they'll have that Blink as well as the Inkswell, so I'm wondering if that's the way they want to initiate. They've already got Inkswell at level 3, so I'm assuming, you know, they want to use that Inkswell and aggression as much as they can, and if Yi can get himself into a decent timed Blink Dagger, it would really help.
Yep, definitely a very potent combination. It's just, sometimes if you overcommit on the initiation department, and you're just not tanky enough to actually take those fights, because they have a lot of damage if you don't have BKB. But if you have BKB, they have almost no damage.
Yeah, we'll see what they end up doing. I know we've had conversations about double blinks and everything in that initiation, but up towards top, we're going to go here for the Pangolier and get the kill. Dome with another one, and right now he's sitting 2-1-0. He's having a pretty decent start. He's not top of the net worth or anything, but he's keeping pace with the 3 cores of SAG.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a little bit worried for the Spectre, simply because you can't farm at all as fast as a Terrorblade. And Terrorblade is considered to be a counter matchup to the Spectre. So even though things are looking okay for SAG, they were hoping to actually be ahead in this early game and not behind.
Right.
Because their lineup should be excelling a little bit more early. They also have Haunt available now. They should be looking to make some sort of move soon. Maybe they're going to wait for the Sanking Blink, though. 400 gold away from
and
that.
as you say that, Phoenix, they go into their own smoke. They're looking to play aggressive. They might be able to find themselves a Viper, who you might forget is the 5 in this. So he's kind of happy to tank this gank. Not the worst thing in the world for XCJ to be the one who dies on that.
Such an easy kill. Like, it's what we alluded to earlier. Crossfire Viper, bottom net worth. You don't have any stuns. Like, what did you really contribute at this point? That another hero wouldn't just do way better than you.
I could hear it in your voice. I kind of glimpsed over the camera too, and you said pause 5 Viper, and you were just like, yeah, you know, you're not really doing too much. 1200 net worth. Like, I can feel it in your voice.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. Like, it can work, but you have to crush the lane, which they didn't.
Yeah.
They got 1 kill. That's it. That doesn't warrant a pause 5 Viper.
And there's just no aggression coming out early from SAG. Like, I really wanted them to play a little bit more aggressively. And, you know, maybe this is, I think it's on Phoenix more so than it is on SAG, because they played the lanes much better than we thought they would. And now TB's kind of had this space and time where he's sitting 1,000 net worth above the Lina. Like, Shiro's lane wasn't easy. We looked at it up towards top. He was getting pressured. He was pushing into the jungle pretty early, but the side of SAG didn't punish that.
The power of Terrorblade, and he might potentially be getting the power down there. So you see the Rubik
Planet
fall.
getting caught there by
kill.
September.
Yeah. Blink reveal by June. Renamed himself Son Goku. I don't know how they come up with all these crazy names.
Well, September renamed himself too. So the team I wanted to make, which was Febby, March, September, June, and in July, can't really happen anymore because they're changing their names.
Yeah, which is why I like the names. That's how I got to know you guys. Maybe they want
I still
to
call
forget the
them that.
memories of me. Like, what? You got to know Black under this name? No. I'm done. Oh, what did DK go for? Wait, he went for the fast blink.
He went for the blink.
Yeah. Oh, now they are the ones looking for some fights, and they have a very strong initiation.
Ooh, great Torin to start that off. So now they're gonna have the extra tap, but the Rolling Thunder comes in. There's the boat stolen. Rolling Thunder by Planet. So let's see how far around this fight he can get to really disrupt what SAG are throwing their way. They look over, they get the kill on S7E. And they're looking for more, but ZZQ, he ends up being the trade for now. Shiro's made his presence felt, but he really hasn't done much more than that.
Yep, you're gonna say hello. Without meta, Terrorblade obviously isn't very scary. And you cannot ever give away your Rolling Thunder to Rubik. It's just way too good. And now Rubik is actually a really good hero because of this one ability.
Yeah.
Gotta be absolutely careful you don't give it to him. Quick fingers by Planet to recognize and steal it right away.
He got it immediately. That was really impressive how quickly he was able to grab that Rolling Thunder. And that's, like you said, probably the best ability he can get. And that makes Rubik a lot more functional as someone who's going to be able to disrupt the fight. And with Phoenix, how we said they kind of are lacking lockdown, that is a great feeling to have that. Top lane, though, Kunkka in a little bit of trouble. Epicenter, Inkswell going the other way. They're going for the Pangolier. They've got the blink from the Dragonite. He now on the run. And Son Goku will have himself that Burrow Strike. They've got the damage coming out of E. Do they have the finishing blow? Yes, they do. Caustic Finale, as well as the right clicks from XCJ is enough. And the Rolling Thunder from Planet this time just isn't. They send a ghost ship out, but, well, it's still a 2-for-0 for SAG at the moment. They might get themselves a third on a ZZQ, and they will. 7E not really giving up the gas, and while Son Goku's under the tower with that Sandstorm, he's A-okay, and it's a 3-for-0 trade in the favor of SAG, something that, you know, we weren't seeing from them early, but that's good pressure to really make up a lot of ground.
Yeah, well played by them. But Phoenix, and that's what I spoke about earlier, they just baited themselves in there, but they actually don't have the staying power to fight. Like, Dragonite blinks in, he realized, oh, we don't have the damage, I don't have the HP to tank this. Tries to walk out, but he's already dead. And then they kind of trickle in one by one to try and help the DK. And bleed away even more heroes. You gotta be really careful when you go blink first on DK in a lineup like this.
Yeah.
Terrorblade was nowhere nearby. You need him to fight with you if you want to make plays like this.
I think sometimes we see with the DKs too, they get that early blink and they want to make things happen, but if what happens up top happens to you 1-2 times in a row, sometimes as a DK, your game can feel over.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
it looks pretty bad already now. Like, he
Yeah.
was ahead of the Lina, now he's behind all 3 cores of the Radiant. Just because of that one incident. And you don't have the Bkop, you don't have any farming tool, because you don't farm, you're not close to your level 12. Without the level 12, you can't really keep up with the farm. Because of course you get that splash from the dragon.
We'll see what really comes of this game for Yi for the DK. He's going into the BKB. We'll see how quickly he gets to that. I would expect they want to fight once he's got level 12 at least. And TB, he's not terribly close to it, but about 1,500 gold away from this BKB. So the BKBs could be the timing right now for Phoenix that they're looking at. That into a fight, into a Roche, that could definitely really push Phoenix forward in this game. But right now, SAG, they've got a minuscule net worth lead, and they looked pretty good in their last fight.
Yeah, the only problem, well, if you want to call that a problem, Terrorblade being very big is obviously never really an issue for the team, but the timing is going to be a little bit different because Dragon Knight doesn't farm as fast. TB will have his BKB way sooner than Dragon Knight. So they might be missing each other's timing a little bit.
Right, offset on the timings, but I wonder if having level 12 at least on Yi is good enough. And I said, you know, maybe Phoenix want to be the ones who are going into Roche, but SAG, they take that, and that objective now is theirs with an Aegis going through onto MS.
Yeah, that's the easiest Roche ever. They had a DD on Lina, and they found an illusion on Spectre. There's nothing better they can find for this Roshan. It died so fast. They have a Pangolier on top of that. I don't think, and even if Phoenix knew, I don't really think they can contest that. There's just too many things going for SAG at that time.
Because we always talk about it, but how many times are we going to see? Ooh, yeah, Torrent comes in, and that lands, and they should be able to get the kill here onto the Sand King. Son Goku going down to Dome, who's still doing really well as this Kunkka, and within the range of that sentry that they had placed down a little bit earlier, and that lets them get the kill onto the Sand King. So, you know, Phoenix, they find a pick off, and that's off the back of a good Torrent that comes in from Kunkka, who, at least to me right now, is feeling like a bigger factor than the DK, but that might be ultimately enough to open up space for Yi to get back into the game a little bit.
Yeah, 100%. And also look at the Terrorblade Bkop. Minute 18, BKB St. Joshua. He's humongous.
Yeah.
I don't know how you kill him now through the rum. Like, even though you have another X mark on the Viper,
yeah, XCJ, he's going to be in trouble. And that should be a quick kill. Lagunablade comes down on his ZZQ. Now they've got the Soulbind. That's actually going to leash up the Pango. That stops him in his tracks with the Rolling Thunder. That's perfect. But now coming in with the Epicenter is going to be the Sand King. They get the kill here onto the Pango as well. 7E. They'll take him out. ZZQ finally falls. Yi trying to get out, but he heals up into the air. They get the Aegis out of the hands of MS, but now the Burrow Strike hits onto Yi. They'll get the kill onto the DK. They look over at Dome, who's in a lot of trouble. Gets the Tidebringer out, almost kills off the Viper, and finally gets the kill there for Planet. But Dome falls. His 4 times kill streak is gone. And at the end of the day, you bought back on XCJ. He's already paper. He dies twice. It's not the worst buyback for SAG. Kind of an even trade at the end of the day.
Yeah, but of course the big winner once more is the Terrorblade. He got 2 kills, 2 assists. He almost has his first ultimate orb now suddenly. He's just getting filthy rich.
Yeah.
And we said he's going to be the biggest problem, and he already is. Coming to the mid game, it's only going to get worse from here on out. It's not like your damage suddenly just goes up tenfold on this SAG side. Like, your damage, what you have now, there's the next power spike of the Manta style, but you never really will apply the Desolate onto the Terrorblade because he will have illusions around him. It's not easy to kill this guy at all this game. It's going to be very tough. He's sitting at 2.3k health. Good luck.
Yeah, he is very strong. You can definitely feel the presence of 7E. The question is he going to be able to get those right clicks out? He's going towards a BKB. He right now needs the Mithril Hammer, and SAG grouping up, potentially looking to make a move around the map, but fighting into the BKBs and not having your BKB ready on your Lina and not having a BKB on the Spectre, how are you going to get everything out of this that you want? Like, the only thing that's down at the moment is Elder Dragon form. If ZZQ can place down another great Soulbind that locks up the Rolling Thunder, your fight is not looking that great.
They smoked up looking for something though. Don't manage to find anything though. Good recognition by Phoenix. Dodging that smoking. And now Metamorphosis back off cooldown. But the other Metamorphosis is on cooldown. Was the Dragon Knight form. He's just using it off cooldown pretty much to just farm, because he's behind quite a bit. You gotta be able to catch up on net worth again, otherwise you're just gonna be a glorified support. Double smoke pop. A little bit of a mistake by Phoenix, but they're looking for aggression. They might be finding the Pangle here.
Yeah, September could be in trouble, but if they head more towards top and go towards MS, which I think is their target as he's showing in lane, he might find himself in a really bad spot. And they'll cut him off at the pass, and they'll have the X, they'll have the Rubik to stun up MS. Go ship in, everything's there. ZZQ's the one who gets credit for the kill, and it's easy for Phoenix to really just take out this Spectre when he's all alone.
Yeah. You can just see how much damage Terrorblade deals to the Spectre, even through a dispersion. You have the reflection as well, so Spectre desolates herself. It's just overall a really rough matchup. And Phoenix didn't even hesitate at all. As soon as they saw the Spectre, there was an instant TB pick. It makes sense why.
And then that's a kill on Spectre that doesn't require BKBs, so like that's always a good feeling. You keep those timings on the BKB, and yeah, you use meta, but you get a good prize out of it.
You did, but now you're gonna have this 90 seconds where you're a little bit vulnerable. Or maybe you wanna have another smoke on SAG to try and punish that. They don't have any smokes right now though, so should be fine on Phoenix. Once that Skadi's up on Terrorblade, I really fear for this Radiant side. It's gonna be tough. Really tough.
And it's soon. It's really soon. He is leading the net worth by 5,000. Shiro really putting in the work on this TB, and he knew when to bail from that lane. He knew when to go into the jungle, and he's played pretty much perfectly since.
Mind you, Bkop, in other regions, we see TB being picked first too, and even then people can't find an answer. This was a 4th pick Terrorblade after you saw 4 heroes of the Radiant side already. And it just makes like no sense. This hero's too good. Like people gotta start adjusting soon. Because he, in this current meta game, it's just the strongest carry, hands down. There's just nothing better than him.
Who do you think's the proper counter to this TB, or is it just straight up get this hero out, ban him, similar to how we're seeing people react to like Nyx Assassin?
Most of the time it's Phantom Lancer, but if you pick it second in the first phase, you have 3 bans to cover yourself. And if you pick it 8th, then obviously you also have bans to cover yourself, and the carry was already out anyways.
Right.
So if you pick him in the right scenario, TB seems pretty unstoppable right now. And as I said, like, PL seems to be the only real answer people could come up with. I think Naga Siren is also really good. We have seen it from LGD especially. Drow Ranger can work. It's just, every time he loses lane, he just goes jungle, and suddenly he has more net worth than you, even though he lost the lane.
I feel like we used to see that when we saw like Luna's very popular in carry, like go back into the jungle and then nobody would punish. I think teams just aren't punishing when you go into the jungle. When you don't punish and you give that much open space, I don't know what you're expecting to happen when we see heroes like TB really good at using the jungle to farm. And they'll go after Son Goku here. Fuels up into the air, Burrow Strike away, as well as the blink. So he's got some space with the Rolling Thunder behind him, and now a Haunt. They're going to go over for CCQ and get a quick kill onto the Grimstroke. Rolling Thunder going the opposite direction now. As the BKB gets popped by Yi, they'll go after September, who's taking a bit of damage and gets the Swashbuckle away. So he's fine, and they bump back on ZZQ.
Yeah, well played by Son Goku there. They used meta. They used Dragon Form. They used BKB on Dragon Knight. Roshan will respawn in...
Ooh, drum roll. 10 seconds.
10 seconds.
Oh,
okay.
Wow. That's bad timing for Phoenix.
If they get to know that soon on SAG, they might be able to take that. They still have BKB on Lina. It didn't really expend anything other than Pangolia's roll, which is back off cooldown in 20 seconds.
They know. SAG know.
Question is, are they just going to force it? I think they can, and they think they can as well. Very lucky timing.
If Burrow Strike on the Rubik, I'm wondering if that's going to be a stun enough to make something happen here. Yeah, they'll take out the paper plane that is XCJ on the Viper, but this Roche is getting low, already under half health. They've got the Torrent that lands onto the Lina, as well as the Soul Mine that combines him towards this Spectre. That'll force them back for a second, buying some time here for Phoenix with a Roche that's got about a third of its health left. Phoenix They need to be careful about how they position the Bro Strike as well as the Epicenter coming through into the TB as well as ZZQ. Just fought back in the previous fight. They'll get the kill on a ZZQ. And now looking over at the Lina with the BKB's being pop at the side of Phoenix. They'll go after 7E and get the kill onto the Lina. Son Goku, he's the target next, but well, now he's dusted. He's under the guise of a Sentry Ward as well, but does manage to escape for the moment.
Rubik is out of position completely.
Yeah, he's caught, but what can they do from this? The Tiebreaker does a decent amount of damage. Planet instead, he's got buyback. MS back into the pit. And your lockdown on this really is not amazing for the side of Phoenix. So, again, dancing around the pit. Kind of having the
30. Once this meta is back off cooldown, this Roshan should belong to Phoenix.
If they get there in time, the Bro Strike's going to land with the TB. Goes to the backlines over towards Dilem. And now they'll get the kill on XCJ. The paper plane's down. They've got the break onto the Terrorblade. And Aegis is picked up by MS. So it was just a distraction the entire time. Son Goku goes down, but that's fine. Spectre getting away with everything. Aegis cheese as well as the shard. Now we'll see if MS can make it out alive.
Be careful on E.
Telekinesis, Rolling Thunder. Yeah, a little bit of trouble with that hitting him, but Spectre not looking to fight, just looking to disengage.
Oh, you caught
now the Rolling Thunder comes in, and they got the stun onto the Spectre. They should have the right-click damage to at least take out the first life, and that will force the buyback from Son Goku. He's only able to TP over to the Tier 2 tower, but he now has Haunt. That's off cooldown. So juking, jiving, trying to get away. Almost jukes out. Yeah, I think he caught a glimpse of him going down south. And yeah, he found him. So there's the stun as well as the right-click damage, but they've got the swashbuckler. The Burrow Strike's not going to be in time with the Epicenter, though. It gets CZQ as well as Planet. So they've got themselves two. MS at least gets one from the grave. LSA doesn't land. Son Goku, he bought back for this. Laguna Blade, Burrow Strike coming in from Son Goku with the BKB being popped by Shiro. They've got the kill on Son Goku with the BKB now being popped by 7E. He's going to try and run, but 7E, you can't run, you can't hide, and I don't think that LSA is going to save your life. Shiro with the triple kill, the mega kill streak, and a dieback on this Sand King. That is, despite the fact they didn't get the Aegis Cheese or Shard, works out pretty well for the side of Phoenix.
Yeah. The Spectre was TPing out, got caught, had like 0.2 seconds left or so on the TP. Very well played by E. Doesn't lose his life either. And we just see the Terrorblade getting more and more and more. Like, he's sitting 7k net worth out of the Spectre. An absolute menace. Wow. This guy's unstoppable. We said it in the draft, he was gonna be the biggest threat from this entire Phoenix draft. And Shiro is playing it amazingly. Don't know how you stop him at this point. Like, Lina didn't really itemize in a way to stop him. None of them did. But can you, with the drafts that you have even? That is the big concern that we had. So far, they couldn't address him at all.
I don't know when they're going to be able to address this TB.
It's just going to get worse.
Yeah.
He's on a good pace to the Satanic. Like, he's just so filthy rich. And we see this over and over again. Terrorblade just takes over games. There's Sunder against Spectre. Spectre hates buying BKB. She never will do it. Unless there's a Viper on the enemy team or something crazy like that. You're a free Sunder target every time. That's why the matchup is so bad.
It's not great here for MS. We'll get a quick pause coming up from ZZQ. He's got a little bit of lag coming his way. Okay. And I mean, talking about the TB, you're like, he's on a great pace for his Satanic. He's on a great pace for everything. I mean, he is so far ahead in farm. He's in Great Pace City. I'm going to name the first city because we do that a lot. Great Pace City.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know if that works for you.
No, it's good. It's good. I like my cities. It's a good city. He also bought Blink Dagger first, of course, before the Morbid Mask. It's just really good to be able to follow up on the Dragon Knight initiation. You can just see how they itemize. They're all itemizing just to frontline for the Terrorblade, give him as much information as possible. Kanka, wait for the pipe, into the Sange. Dragon Knight, same thing, BKB Sange. You just need to tank through, TB will deal all the damage by himself.
I actually really love this blink on TB, the way we see the aggression come out from these TBs that are ahead in Great Pace City. They, you know, you use the blink, you follow up, like you said, the Dragon Tail, but if the fight's close, blink, Reflection, Inkswell, you're in danger. Like, that's not a good fight for you. And he can immediately go into the meta, pop the BKB, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, well, if I stay away from the Terrorblade, I should be fine. Well, if the Terrorblade goes to you, you're not fine. Like, that's not going to be good for you. It's the opposite of good for you.
I'm gonna bring you back a little bit to past City. Remember how I said there aren't a lot of good carries right now against Terrorblade?
Right.
The Blink Dagger is the main reason. Like, Drow Ranger sounds really good on paper, right? You can pierce through all their base armor. Well, if he blinks on top of you, what do? You're just dead.
Yeah.
It is such a good item for him now that you can upgrade it to a Swift Blink in the late game, that even these Arc Warden counters that we see, they oftentimes don't really work. Just because of the Swift Blink.
And the Swift Blink, I would say, probably comes out after the Satanic.
Yeah, maybe
you're already down by so much. Yeah, I can see that too. I'm just wondering what he's going to want to replace if you've got basically 6 slot.
They've been preparing so many stacks for him.
Farm.
Yeah. Is he ping top? Okay, very interesting TP. He's all by himself. But he's not feeling any danger at all. Like, he's the big boy.
Definitely knows, like, if you want to come for me, first of all, it's by his tower. TPs are going to be available. But I've got BKB, I've got Sunder, I'm ready to go. He's almost... Have you seen Men in Black 1? You know the scene where he goes, "Eat me"?
Yeah.
It's like, "Eat me! Eat me!" That's the TB right now. Like, that's what he wants. He wants SAG to try.
Oh,
and then
look at his health
you
pool.
eat him. Yeah.
Ridiculous.
You eat him, you think you got him, and, well, you're dead.
Now he has Thunder and Satanic to work with. And of course, a Paladin Sword on top, just for good measure. Pangolier.
Telekinesis coming under the Pangolier. And they've got the Torrent followed up. The Steel Shield Crash, and it's an easy kill into September.
More like Deadolier. That was funny.
I'll give you the chuckle. I got you. Chat may laugh. We'll see where it goes. They're going to go even further into this. They'll find the paper plane that is this Viper. He's trying to survive. But yeah, he can't even move. The Ghost Scepter isn't enough. And now this tier 2 is dead on its own screen already.
And they have no glyph. And Terrorblade is like, alright, I'm going high ground.
Might even just force the issue, go tier 3, threaten the racks and 4s.
How do they burst this guy if they don't?
Son Goku. See if he can turn on the Ultra Instinct.
I'm respecting him a little bit, or maybe not. No respect.
Link forward
half
from
health
me,
right
trying
now.
to find somebody out.
A little careful. And they got what they wanted. Buybacks, tier 3 tower. Roshan is nowhere near the respawn timers, so using their cooldowns doesn't really matter at this point. And back to farm. Already back to 2k gold again. Swift Blink next on the menu. Once that's up, I don't know like how you get away from it. Like, he's gonna like 4-hit you. So much damage coming out from this guy.
I'll bring you back to past City, but I feel like with each item you've named a different thing that they can't do against this TB. BKB, how do you lock him down? Scotty, how do you kill this guy? Satanic, how do you bring him below half health? Swift Blink, how do you get away from this guy? Like, it's just like all those boxes are getting checked off. TB, he's throwing them all in. Like, he's happy. Shiro's doing
with all the
so
new
well.
item buffs though. Like Satanic suddenly such a good item on him because of all the buffs they received. Scotty always has been. Sanjasha is like always the go-to pickup for the status resistance. Swift Blink suddenly added to the game too. You're like, okay, I'm terrible. I love all of this stuff.
Yeah.
Even
and you've got the MKB
as well. Against Lucky Shot. So good.
Feels great. How do you kill him? Maybe
no Swift Blink
70
though.
with the
So
MKB.
maybe you can still get away.
It's close though.
It's close. Meta up in 20. They're even giving the book to TB because the 25 of course is a massive power spike. The meta attack range has suddenly become Terrorblade Sniper. I wonder when they're gonna rework that talent. It should not be there.
It will stay, and instead they'll give TB a voice line where he just goes ha ha ha.
Oh,
puts on his like little
actually I would not
hat.
think that. I would uninstall Dota. TB's voice is so good. You can't ruin that.
Well, it would be in his voice. Exactly.
And that. If they go all in on the TB, maybe they can do it. Probably not. They're scared to do it. They don't want to try. I don't blame him.
That's how confident he is. He's going on the high ground like that.
Agi treads too. He's like, nah, you don't have enough damage.
Wow. That's going to get used here, and, well, this could be a problem for Yi. Pops the BKB. The Epicenter's not going to be enough. The Rolling Thunder coming through. They've got the break onto the TB. But now it's time for SAG to retreat. And we said, how do you retreat against the TB that's got himself the Blink Dagger? XCJ, well, he'll throw the Viper Strike out at him. They've got the X as well as the Torrent coming through. Aeon just keeping him alive for a second longer. And 1, 2 seconds longer. That's how long that Aeon disc kept him alive afterwards.
Yep. And now Midrex is exposed. They know Viper has no buyback, no Rolling Thunder, no Haunt, no nothing really.
Oh, good Torrent. That's going to land. Yules, Son Goku has the shard. I just realized I saw a little bit of that Epicenter pop. They're going to go after this Lina. Ghost Ship comes in, not even needed. Shiro gets the kill on a 7E. They've got the Torrent Storm, just sending all these Torrents around the horn. MS in trouble. X back, hit up into the air. They've got the Soul Line coming out once again. MS is going to be dead without buyback. The look for more. Son Goku looking like that target of the Rolling Thunder comes in from September, but it's really not doing enough. They've got the X. They'll pull back Son Goku. They should be able to get the kill with a nice Dragon Tail coming in here from this DK. Son Goku's dead. 4 heroes down the side of SAG.
Yeah, when are they going to type the magic letters? Not yet. EBC has Thunder? Doesn't even want to use it. He's like, you're not worth it.
Swashbuckle, Disarm, September on the run, but the Blink Dragon Tail coming in here from Yi. The right-click damage and the Fade Bolt coming through. And they've got that.
Rubik has done a lot more than we thought he would, to be fair.
For sure.
He's been owning this game.
This might be the best Rubik game we've seen since the beginning of the DPC in the Chinese region.
I also gotta say, they made it a little bit easier for him by picking Sanking into it as well. He has stolen Burrow Strike many, many times. I still wonder how the game would have gone if they just went for this Ember last pick and just upped the pace a little bit, because this draft did not work out for them at all. Didn't manage to pressure the Terrorblade a single time. He's 9-0-11.
Yeah. Guy's
a god this game.
He really is. Planet currently sitting at 2-4-20. Wow.
Yeah. He has been having a beast of a game. Oh, double damage to the Roshan pit, of course.
Every time. It's every time. The double damage comes out, and now you're going towards a refresher shard, too.
Here's hope. His courier died somewhere.
Yeah, down for another minute 45, but that was more the item that doesn't allow them to run away.
I said there's hope. And by hope, I mean hope to prolong this game by like 2 minutes.
Blink, Dragon Tail, Ink Swell, and Disc already popped. XCJ in some trouble as he's lifted up into the air by this Rubik. Burrow Strike onto the backlines as well as the Haunt. They're going to go all the way over. Looking for Planet, but he's got his own AI Disc. The Burrow Strike stolen! It hits 3! This Rubik's doing it all! They're going to go for September. They'll pull them back. This Kunkka's really keeping them close. Yeah, you've got a TB that can chase, but you don't even need him to chase because they're staying within the realm of Phoenix the entire time. And MS, he's the one who dies on the side of SAG. Man, Dome just using that tidal wave so well.
Yeah, and this is the trip to the 3rd city of the day already. Wrecked City. Like, they got absolutely wrecked. Yeah.
All right.
Like, no chance. Just have no chance. He used the refresher shot as well in Terrorblade. Get the next meta up. And his mega creeps. And probably the game as well. SAG don't want to GG out. But, you know, TI qualifiers, you definitely want to fight to the last.
Burrow Strike, not sure that's really going to be enough here. Viper Strike gets thrown out as well, but they get the kill in a 7E. It's going to be Shiro, who's beyond godlike at this point. Trying to pull him back with the tidal wave. Oh, actually hit Son Goku, who's over to the side. They'll finally call GG, and Phoenix will secure game 1.
Yeah, on the back of a very strong Terrorblade performance by Shiro. It was a pretty free Terrorblade game. But Shiro is also one of the better TBs in the region, probably in the world as well. We spoke about him many times. He is a up-and-coming player. He has been for quite a while. Surprised he hasn't gotten to any quote-unquote like tier 1 team.
Right.
The guy's a beast. He owned. He did it.
Going the wish score of 11-0-11. So make a wish for all you fans out there for Shiro, who just absolutely lit it up. Again, like you said, you had a Rubik that really kind of outperformed, I'd say, all our expectations of this hero based on what we had seen from Rubiks previously. And as much as I doubted the support combo, and I'll say I doubted it, they dominated. They did so well. And I think the first glimpse of that we had was when ZZQ landed that great soulbind that stopped the Rolling Thunder. Like, that was perfect.
Agreed.
Just overall, a very perfect game here from Phoenix. Got what they needed around the map. Shiro backing out of the lane, going to jungle, and Phoenix take game 1. So we'll see if Sparking Arrow Gaming could come back, make it a 3-game series, or Phoenix will move on to the next round with a 2-0. But we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll be back in a short while. So stay right there. We'll be right back.